Guys, it's Mrs. James coming to you from my front porch this week. Thought I'd switch it up a little bit from that basement. All right, so I hope you guys had a wonderful week. I'm trying to like hold the camera so I can read my computer at the same time. Okay, so to start, keep checking those weekly tasks, double check, because some people, if you're not getting the notebook pages, you should be cross-checking what you should have in your notebook with what's in the weekly task. So if you haven't done that, been doing that, do that. And if you don't have what you need, obviously refresh, go through the whole production. And if you haven't got what you need, make sure you shoot me a message letting me know, and I'll hook you up ASAP. Next is send those videos to Aris. The deadline is Friday. Videos, pictures, send them to Aris as soon as you can so you don't miss that deadline. Next, we are reading a new book this week. I'm just going to try to grab it without dropping my computer on the ground. Okay, there. It's called The Crossover. It's by Kwame Alexander. At the top says Amoruso. It's not because she wrote the book. It's because she put a label on it to make sure that I returned it to her versus keeping it for myself. So we're reading this book. Obviously, it's about basketball. Not really sure where it's going to head. It is written in verse, so that took me a minute to get used to reading. So at first, if it sounds a little off or sounds like maybe I don't understand what I'm reading, it's because I'm learning and I didn't like practice before I read it to you out loud. So it's a little bit like dicey at the beginning, but then I get into the rhythm of how it's supposed to sound, and then it's much better as the book goes on. So just give me past the first like 5-10 minutes and keep going with the book. I think most of you will enjoy it. Next, I noticed that you can see this beautiful braid in my hair. In my life, news in my life, Tiana learned how to braid, so that is why I have this random braid in the middle of my hair. That was really exciting in our world. Next, speaking of Tiana, we're going to get to Tamia. So thank you for supporting my parenting decision. As silly as that may sound, it did mean a lot to me that you guys are like, good job, Mrs. James. Like, she is too young. I'm not sure if any of you would have been like, you're wrong, Mrs. James. What's wrong with you? You let her have it. But nonetheless, for whatever reason you said, it was a good decision. Thank you for that feedback on that community circle post as well. Continue to post on the other topics that are thrown up there on community circle for the week, just to kind of keep us in a bit of a community there, like having a conversation back and forth. Valedictorian speeches. Okay, so please, everyone just breathe. What we're going to do is what we've done every year is everybody will write one and present it. We'll figure out how the presenting is going to look. So for this week, you're just going to be like watching valedictorian speeches, just check a few out, nothing to get too stressed over, worked up over right at the beginning. We always, of course, give you plenty, hopefully, of time in order to get that organized. And we're going to guide you along the way with that as well. So that's something new for this week to look out for. Life games, for those of you that have been doing it, most of you have been doing it. Good job. And now you're going to get into the game of life where you have to start spending money on things that cost you money in life. So before you realized how much money you pay to the government, more than half for many of you, or approximately half of your salary went to the government. A lot of shocked faces went on to that. But now what's left, your net income, you're going to have to start spending that. So we're going to move through that as we begin as well. If you haven't sent a picture to me for the reading buddies, a whole bunch were being shot at me on Friday night, well into the wee hours of the morning. So if you haven't sent your reading buddy pic, please do that as soon as you can. Last thing for the week, my helpful hint from Mrs. James, me to you, is to hug someone. It sounds very simple, but it could be a game changer in your day. So if you're blessed enough to still be living with, extended family, cousins or aunties or grandparents, hug them. If you live with your family, your mom or whoever you live with, hug them, or your father, or whoever it might be, a step parent, hug them. Your siblings, as much as you may want to toss them, give them a hug first. It'll make everybody's day. So that is my helpful hint. I hope we all have a wonderful week. I will talk to you guys next week. I miss you all. I love you all. Have a great week. Bye, guys.